down. I'm down just 1 pound this week. A few days ago on my Instagram, I posted this picture. One of the things that I guess you don't really see in this video is that all the lights have been unflattering in every single episode of the Fat Loss Vlog. If you look, the lights are shining directly at me, meaning that there is no shadows for anything that gets produced in any of these videos. Hi. Welcome to the bathroom. This is totally not awkward. You can see that the light is right above a head. Okay, so when it comes to lighting, right, this is not good to have it at least off to the side like this, right? It's not directly overhead. The lighting is better than when everything is shining directly right on me, right? Here's some definition for you, right? Now this is gonna be a little bit harder to see the legs. Now, of course, when lighting is a little bit more ideal, a little bit more perfect, things look a little bit better. But the reason I have the unflattering lighting is because it makes things a little less egotistical. It keeps your ego in check. Now, for regular people like you and me, you know, there's people on Instagram who want to go off and show fantastic physiques, and great on them. But just know that sometimes the lighting isn't always ideal, and that if you see them in person, things might be a little bit different. That's not to say that their physique wouldn't be great, but things maybe look better in the pictures. Now the light is directly above, right? What's the point of this? See, the thing is, how I look is a side effect of what I want. I want to put my body in a good position to put on muscle again later so I can be stronger. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm also trying to learn as well. So when you have that, right, yeah, there's some, right? It's better than when the light is shining directly on you, but some people will want to get their egos pumped up, and then, you know, they want to be, I don't know, internet famous. Now, I'm not gonna lie, over the last few weeks I feel like I've kind of stopped. And if you look, this is 10 pounds worth of progress, and it's only been 10 pounds in 8 weeks. Last time I worked with Shelby, in 8 weeks I had already lost 30 pounds. Now, have I made as much of a change? I'm not sure. The change for this week was just to carb up on Monday and then do everything else the same. What I mean by carb up is that for 5 meals, I have 40 grams of carbohydrates and I remove all of the added fats. And then at the last meal, I have 15 grams of fat plus my normal protein. This comes out to about 200 grams of carbs, where normally I would have 100 grams a day. The other thing about this week is that I started my brand new job and I had to do training over at headquarters, which means that I had to stay in a hotel for 3 days. Now, I have a lot of trips coming up soon, and it's going to be very hard to keep up with the diet. One thing you don't want to do is be that guy that pounds protein in front of your brand new colleagues. Especially don't do it at work, because you will forever be that guy who pounded all that protein. Just remember, regular society is not internet society or Instagram or whatever social media society you can get away with being absolutely fucking weird about. When you're in real life, remember, there's a lot of people who just don't go on the internet. They just don't consume content like this. There's also a lot of people who don't go to the gym, and when they see you doing something weird, that's the immediate thing that they're going to remember about you. It's happened to me before. When you're about 20 years old, you might think, oh, well, what's wrong with drinking some protein powder in front of your new work colleagues? Now, a 26-year-old version of me would have been like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And a 28-year-old version of me would have completely regretted it. So while I was in the hotel, I packed oatmeal and protein powder. I got mixed nuts from the executive lounge. Good morning. Just woke up. Nuts. And then I'm gonna mix my protein powder in one of these cups. God, it looks like I got drugs or something. What the hell? It used to be people smuggled drugs to the hotel. Today I smuggle protein powder. There we go, okay. Now, did I cheat on the diet? Oh my God. Maybe. I had the healthiest options that I could at every single dinner with all of my colleagues. It was the best that I could do. It was the best that I could get away with. What's up? How's it going? Just got back from training. 6. So I was in training for 11 hours. And now I have a dinner to go to. This will be one of my colleagues and his boss. It's gonna be fun. I think we're going to a steakhouse. So I'm gonna try to get the leanest steak that I can and not look like a fucking weirdo. That's the problem. It's like, you can't do normal shit when you're on a diet, and when you're expected to be not fucking weird, like, let's say, a brand new job, I can't afford to have that image placed on me. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to be conscious about this. I've made this mistake before in my life where I thought, oh, well, you know, it's just a group of a bunch of people in white coats. I can go ahead and, you know, drink all the protein and oatmeal mix that I want. They're not gonna think I'm weird, right? No, you don't do that. You can do shit in videos, but like you couldn't get away with it in real life, right? And that's where the conversion happens, because it's like, if you notice older people, like they'll do shit on camera, and like 12-year-olds will be like, oh my god, that's so cringy. And it's like, because, you know, somebody that's that old doesn't really care what a 12-year-old thinks. They also don't care what anybody else thinks. Like, they're comfortable in their own skin. Like, when you're insecure as a kid, like, you think everything's cringe, but the reality is that, you know, the kids are the ones that were actually cringe, right? But then there's like a disconnect, because you can do some weird ass shit. You could say some really fucked up stuff on camera, and like to the internet it's totally normal, but you do that in a professional setting and, you know, you're gonna lose your job. Like, you're going to get labeled as that weird person. Like, it's kind of like career suicide. Is it gonna change as people like in the millennial generation get older? It might, but I mean, you're always gonna have that one guy. You're always gonna have that one guy who's gonna be so crazy and so weird that you just, no one wants to be around him. And like, I'm not saying that I'm that person, but just don't fucking do it. Like, seriously, like, for God's sake. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the dinner, and I don't know, we'll just eat the leanest thing. If there's chicken or something, and chicken and broccoli, we can do that. That'll be simple. With that said, as much as I've been losing weight, I've also been losing my capacity to speak. I feel like some of my words are becoming incoherent, that I can't even form a correct sentence anymore. And is it because of the diet? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm tired. I'm gonna be moving to a new city very soon. I don't know if I'm gonna be dieting while I do that, but I'm gonna be traveling a lot for work. Regardless, as much as I'm losing weight, I'm losing the capacity to speak. I'm losing words to say. I don't know what to say anymore, because this diet is just, it is what it is, and once it becomes regular life, it's just not fun anymore. Like, at the very beginning, it's all, hey, let's get motivated, hey, you know, this is gonna be awesome, and now it's just like, oh great, this is just regular day, every day, okay. Because, you know, in good lighting, everything looks much better. Maybe not this. With that being said, thank you so much for checking in with me. I can't even. Thank you so much for checking in with me this week, and I will see you next week. Adios.